back, listeners, to another episode of Sports Shots Pod. I am Kyle, and I'm here with my buddy Isaiah. What you got in your cup this evening?
I'm actually changing up this week. I'm drinking a tequila seltzer. It's called High Noon. I originally tried this a couple months ago, but I can only find it at like one liquor store. They don't sell them in the supermarkets. And sometimes I go to this one store, and they only have the vodka seltzer. But I like the tequila one. But I'm thinking the tequila seltzer, it's passion fruit flavor, so it's a little, fruity.
I always thought that you were.
True.
Yeah, I got the same shit from last week.
Oh, from last week.
I'm finishing this bottle up.
Mm.
Yeah, I got that much left.
From last week? You alcoholic. I'm just kidding. It could be a day.
You're not lying. Damn, was it full when I started? I guess it was.
Yeah, because you just opened it.
Nah, that's a lie. It was already open.
Okay, well, it was like practically full. Because I did remember say you did open it and you saved it for the pod.
Yeah,
I remember you saying that.
I did specifically. Yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
I did have another day of it. So that's probably where that's
okay.
from.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's what I'm rolling with. Nothing really much changed. You try to limit the shopping around the first of the month, if you know what I mean.
Yep. I know exactly what you mean.
It's one way to keep your ass grounded.
Yeah. Do you know the song September? I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, you're talking about Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Yeah,
yes.
I know you're too young for that, but what about it?
Every time it's September, I would think of that song, and I like, rinse do. So.
You know what song I think of every time rinse do?
What?
Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the first of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that song was made specifically for that.
Yeah.
What you up to otherwise, man? Everything's
so
quiet over there.
No, watch some. It's going good. It's going good. I'm getting prepped for a big move, moving, a couple hours away in a couple months. Grinding out some projects at work, so pretty excited about that. Waiting for my end of year review and salary adjustment talk that should be coming up this week or next week. I'm hoping.
Be like, hey man, I had a baby this year. What's up?
Yeah, man. Hey man, I had a baby and I'm making my wife a stay at home.
Whoa! Hold on, time out. Making what again?
I'm making my wife a stay at home mom.
Okay.
Why? What happened?
Jeez, man, give her a break.
That's what she wanted to do.
No, okay. I thought you were about to finish that sentence another way.
No. No, she could be a stay-at-home mom for some time.
Hey, that's good. I mean,
mm-hmm. Yep. So no more daycare. So hopefully he doesn't get sick as much. But yeah, no, just doing that. What's going on with you?
Man, daily grind. Responsibilities picking up at work, navigating through all this other daily shit. The U.S. Department of Education keeps knocking at my door.
Mm-hmm.
I have to give them a little something, so I'm not too happy about that. But it is what it is.
I can understand.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for that consolidation letter. They're taking too long. Other than that, man, getting ready for playoffs. It's minus 11 outside.
Damn.
With the wind chill, so that's fun.
I've never been in that type of weather in my life.
You need to, man. It's not that
No,
bad.
I don't. I'm fine in Texas. I'm fine.
It's just a little bit of wind. It's just a little breeze.
You're wearing a jacket inside right now, right? I'm just going to put that out. I'm just going to point out that's how cold it is. I'm over here in a t-shirt enjoying this Texas weather. Nice chill 60s. Kyle's wearing a jacket inside. That's how cold it is over there. So I'll pass. I'll pass on that. That's because I was looking at beach condos for next spring too.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to think.
Saying that up here at this time of the year.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, I didn't want to think. It got a little bit chill, and I'm already thinking about the heat.
Dude, so the other day it had snowed during work, and by snow we just been getting dustings. We hadn't had a big one yet, but that day it was a pretty significant that came down. It was about an inch or two. I'm looking all out the window, just like, oh, it's snowing. Everyone else around me is just working, just carrying on the day as usual. I'm over here stargazing outside the damn window like a damn kid. Shit. I'm like, I'm looking around like, yo, it's snowing. Uh-huh.
Listen, happens every winter. All right. Get your ass back to your computer.
Get your Texas ass non-snow seeing ass back to your computer.
Yeah.
Anyways,
but also,
speaking of Texans, what were you going to say?
No, go ahead and say what else.
You know, let's stay in the state of Texas for a minute.
Yeah.
All right.
Take your time. Take a deep breath.
Isaiah.
That's my name.
We anticipate last year. There was a game that took place on sometime in October that we was anticipating all year, right?
Right.
It didn't turn out my way. It was the first time in like 20 years that they played each other for state supremacy. And it didn't work, right?
All right.
Okay. This year, there was they reunited after 13 years.
Yep.
Long-awaited battle for
Battle of Texas.
Battle of Texas on a larger scale, and it didn't come out in our favor.
On your favor.
I say that just by association. We holding degrees from those schools. I don't really care for them.
True. Yeah. We hold degrees from the small Division II school.
Yeah. Still in the family, though. What I'm getting at is, I'm fair, and I understand when a game is won on the field. You can't really talk shit. Ohio State.
Got him. They should have fought during the game. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. I can't hate UT anymore. I can't.
Well, you could hate them, but respectfully.
Like, I hate the fans because y'all are so fucking obnoxious.
That's fine. That's always it's always it's always a thing. You respect the team, but the fans are just I don't blame you on that one.
It's the anticipation because U of H, it took so long for them to get in the Big 12 because UT was partly blocking them from coming in.
That's true.
Get that 1 year matchup, they beat us. And then here's the part that's even more effed up about it is that both of these wins did not take place in Austin at DK Memorial. They said, you know what, y'all want to play us? We're going to come to your house, we're going to beat y'all, and then we're going to leave. And that's exactly what happened. What the fuck can I say?
Nothing. You can't say nothing. UT played A&M for the first time in 13 years. After A&M has been the SEC, UT decided to go.
And I got something to say about that with A&M, but keep going.
Sure. UT first year in the SEC ran it. Their first. This was a huge game. This game was anticipated for the entire year.
For people outside of the state of Texas, y'all need to understand how big this game was.
Yeah, this game, there was no in the middle. You were going for either or, right? There was no. I've had colleagues who've graduated from either school, and they didn't talk for a week. They were, and even after the game, they were talking on the phones to their other, former college mates. But this is a really good game. Now, I expected UT to win, right? I didn't think A&M had a chance, especially after losing to unranked Auburn the previous week in overtime. But A&M did keep it close in the second half. But that's really all I could say. about the game. But UT has bragging rights for the next year. So
Couple years.
mm-hmm.
A&M has been in the SEC for how long? Like
at least 10 years.
ain't got shit to show for it, doing all that shit talking. UT comes in the first year and runs the table. Like, that's even more embarrassing. A&M went through how many head coaches in that era? They're paying off, man, Jimbo Fisher.
A&M has been in the SEC since 2012.
And no SEC title appearances?
No, I'm sure it's been Bama or Georgia or maybe
I don't want to hear that excuse. Oh, it's Bama. We have to go through Bama and Georgia every year. Yes, so does everyone else. And LSU got a championship in that span. So what's your excuse?
Yeah, oh my gosh. Joe Burrow that year, man. It's probably the best quarterback season ever.
Oh, no, on record it is for college football. It's hands down. You know,
like
it's crazy.
60 touchdowns or something stupid?
Like he passed for like 5,800 yards. Jaden Daniels won the Heisman too, and I don't even think he was barely half that yardage. I think that's crazy, substantial. But yeah, no, A&M. I'm not going to say it was an embarrassing loss because they didn't get their ass kicked, but
just real quick on the Joe Burrow year, 60 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 5,600 yards. He led in completions, attempts, completion percentage, yards, and touchdowns. Yards per attempt. He led in almost everything.
That's like playing on rookie level.
Yeah, that's like create a character.
Sad. Funny thing is that he's doing it again this year.
I know it, but he has a terrible record.
Definitely not his fault.
No, his nor Chase. Both Chases, Jamar and Brown. But no. Let's stay in Texas, and let's talk about the hit heard around Jacksonville.
Man,
right.
That's some bullshit. Don't slide late.
It was a pretty. It was. I don't think it was like a late hit.
Yeah, I'm speaking from the perspective of a former defensive player. It was a hard hit. It wasn't a dirty hit.
It was definitely hard. Yeah, I wouldn't call it dirty.
He didn't lean with the helmet.
Maybe, but I'm talking about like the timing. Like he was already going down, almost like right when Trevor started to slide. It's not like Trevor was already down and he dove at him. You know why
these quarterbacks are getting knocked out like that when they sliding? It's because of what Kenny Pickett did.
Yeah, back in college, he did that fake slide and then just took off from the 30 yards for a touchdown.
Yeah, man, and that's why they said, "Oh no, we ain't doing this." Even if they look like they about to slide, just hit them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think the suspension was a little too much.
Yeah, we're an outrage culture. I mean, look at the letter that I don't know. It wasn't the NFLPA president. I don't know if that's his title, John Runyon. But I mean, he didn't write it. Yeah, it was some writers. He signed off on it though. But just the language that they use. We have a track record of you, or whatever the fuck they said. Like, this is not good for the game, for the people who coach, play, and for the fans that watch it. Man, we want to see hits like that. First of all, it's even hypocritical for the NFL to be saying some shit like that when they make profit off these NFL films, shit that they was putting out with all these hard hits and stuff.
Exactly.
They're only doing that just because of all this litigation that they have with the head trauma for the former players. They just doing this shit just to show the judges that they're actually trying. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, they're showing that they're doing something. They know there's no really solid solution.
And where does the fine money go to? Like, what do y'all do with it? Yeah, I ain't putting it back into research. I know that.
I'll tell you that. And you know what? That's a good question. Where is it going to?
I've always wondered that when all these players get fined and shit. And you know what's funny? It's not it's not the only Houston team that's getting in trouble with the league.
Yeah.
But nah, that if this was the 70s, we ain't even having this conversation.
No, man. If that was John Lynch doing that, you'd be like, oh, that's John Lynch. You know? Oh, that's Steve Atwater. You know? You had hits like that weekly.
I mean,
And people, you know, there's just not a lot of film on it, but did many people get knocked out back then as they do now?
I'm sure.
Right? I mean, I know there's not a lot of film on it, or is this era just
see
soft?
dudes getting clotheslined. Like, they have to have been knocked out.
We saw guys getting suplex on the helmet.
Shit.
You know?
Remember the body bag game?
Yeah.
It's like,
But
all the extra money that they done made producing the shows dedicated to the hardest hits, ESPN having that jacked up on Monday Night Countdown, like, come on, they want this shit. Just like how they want these games in cold weather at night. Like, they were, the league office was glazing over that Buffalo game.
speaking of cold games, that was a great game for Josh Allen.
Yeah, perfect segue. He had his moment.
Dog, he had the moment. He did what no other quarterback has done in a game. I heard that that pass to Amari Cooper and pitch back to Josh Allen. I heard that they count that he passed a touchdown to himself.
How does that count in fantasy?
It counted as 2 touchdowns.
So whoever had Josh Allen, they
I had Josh Allen at work league. I still lost. I played the guy with the highest points this week. But I had heard, I don't know if they changed it, but I heard that play he had a passing touchdown and receiving touchdown in one play.
Yep.
And going back to what I was saying, he's the only quarterback to have a passing, rushing, and receiving touchdown in the same game. And that's and no other quarterback besides him could do that, I think.
Mahomes probably could. Lamar probably could.
Yeah, but it'll be like by design, though. You know, he passes to Kelsey laterals it to him. Or this one was
it was just, and what added to the effect of it was like if you slow down, like the snapshot of him just stretching out, and it's like just blanketed in snow, like just
yeah,
it's the kind of picture you would expect to come out of Buffalo.
But I mean, I think Amari Cooper deserves props for that heads-up play as well.
Yeah,
you know, because
he's happy he's out of Cleveland.
Oh man, he's excited. He's like, I could give the ball to somebody. It doesn't have to be all on me now. You know, but with that, Jerry Jeudy though, you see what Jerry Jeudy put up?
I didn't even know he was on the Browns. I didn't even know he was on the league. I thought he was cast off.
Nah, he had like 240 yards and 2 touchdowns. He went off.
I mean, the Browns ain't gonna do shit, but we're getting all of the seasons of Jameis Winston.
Oh yeah, man, I love it. We're getting the crazy,
the crazy sayings and the crazy play.
His crazy interviews against the Steelers. He was probably the top quarterback this week besides the receptions.
My favorite Jameis Winston soundbite has to be when he was still on the Bucs and he was like licking his fingers, talking about being hungry.
What's that? We're eating a W. We're eating a W. That was awful, man. I remember Deshaun Jackson was there, and he did a podcast later on. He's like just staring at me like, "What is this guy on?" You know, that's what he was doing. But no, Josh Allen had him in fantasy, did awesome. He probably won you fantasy. Besides me, I'm probably the only person that had Josh Allen and didn't win fantasy. But that's all, and that was pretty much the majority of the exciting news in the NFL. But NCAA, we had rivalry week. And we had some feisty teams going at it. There were so many this week. Kyle, which one do you want to talk about? I mean, the main one obviously is Michigan, Ohio State.
I don't have a problem, especially if you're the road team and you go to your rival's house and you shut them up. Like, yeah, you go ahead and plant your flag on the 50-yard line. You're allowed to do that. Y'all so mad, beat them.
You're going against an opponent that's unranked, 6-5, and they come into your house and practically shut you down. You deserve everything that's going to come afterwards. You know, that's just how it is. And then the commentators are like, "Oh, this is awful. This is
bad
disgraceful.
for the game. This is
bad.
unbelievable."
This is all started with Baker Mayfield. Blah 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 blah. Right, and it's like, listen,
he pretty
they
much said
took
the
the
same
L.
thing. He said, y'all got a problem with it. Just, he said, take your loss and move on.
Exactly. But no, Ohio State was too, butthurt about it.
Why they butthurt because of what their band did? Pulling out that poop emoji over the M. So it's like,
No, yeah.
Y'all shit on them. They can shit on you. Don't dish out nothing that you can't take.
Yeah, and then what about the law enforcement there? That was an awful job. But did you know they actually pepper sprayed some of the Michigan players?
Bet you they wanted to do more. And it's like,
oh, I bet you.
Shit, we can't do it here.
There's cameras everywhere. There's 4K cameras.
Nah, see, there's cameras on the streets too. It's just that the cameras in the stadiums has rewind.
Yeah, that's true. You are right. But I mean, and then there was other fights, right? I don't know if you saw the Notre Dame offensive lineman punched the USC defensive lineman. He punched the crap out of him. No flags. There was another one. A&M and
State.
Alabama and Auburn.
I was watching that.
Got to a scuffle on the sideline. Texas and A&M, Sarkisian did what a head coach is supposed to do and take control of his team, not like the Ohio State head coach.
I got respect for Sarkisian. That's why I can't really I can't really hate UT because he's taking. They're going to end up winning a championship with him. I hate to say it, I really do. They're up there. How mad do you think Alabama fans are watching Sarkisian do this with Texas? Because you both know, I especially know how many coaches we went through, how many top coaches we had to go through to find. U of H. His ass
what was the guy's name from Louisville? Charlie Strong. Tried Charlie Strong too. We tried all these coaches like, oh, this is the year, right? And no, none. But
I miss those days for you too. God, man.
Oh man. But with Ohio State getting embarrassed, they got knocked down to 6.
Man, they still gonna get in. They're not win. I honestly don't know who's gonna come out on top. We'll see after this weekend. But
I'll tell you what, they're not.
It's still in there. And they're gonna find a way. They're gonna find a way to get 2 more SEC teams in there with let Boise State and SMU lose.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to see Ole Miss and South Carolina get in there.
Yeah. So I'm just going to let's start the top 12 rankings before championship weekend. I'm going to start from the top and then work my way down to 12. We got Oregon, Texas, Penn State, Notre Dame, Georgia, Ohio State, Tennessee, SMU, Indiana, Boise State, Alabama, and Miami. Now, Alabama is the only 3-loss team in there. I think they are better than some 10-2 teams.
I think they got 10-2 teams. Alabama, the AD got something. They're holding some type of leverage over the committee. Like,
for sure, man. Alabama.
Someone had to been at a Diddy party or something for Alabama. They're pulling out that ace card for them to still be.
They got shitloads of baby oil in Alabama. They got boatloads in there. Ain't no way all those Alabama players look that shiny without all naturally. You know what I'm saying? But so the Big Ten championships could be the Big Ten is going to be interesting. You got Oregon versus Penn State, number 1, number 3. If Oregon loses, you think they just switch with Penn State, or you think Texas moves to number 1 and then Penn State, Oregon? I personally think that if Oregon does lose, even if it's like a close game, if they go to overtime, I think Oregon moves all the way down to 3. And then Texas moves up to number 1, assuming they beat Georgia, because that's also going to be a great game. And then Penn State would slide in as 2.
Oregon, they'll win the Big Ten. They'll go in as the number 1. Texas, I see them beating Georgia. They'll go in at 2. So there's your lock. Why the hell is Notre Dame?
Oh my dude, don't even get me. So I hate.
Why are they giving them a bye? No, seriously, Notre Dame. Just because they don't even play in the conference, they're not playing for a conference title. They can play in the playoff just because they had a good season. They get no higher than the last spot in the playoff. That's where they belong.
He's like who? Okay, yeah, they beat A&M, right, with a 1-ranked team, and then they beat an Army, right? They're top 25, but it's like
Lost to Northern Illinois.
Yeah. Exactly. Like, I hate the fact that Notre Dame is independent. Stick them in, just put them in the Big 12.
No, F that. Just because they're so full of it, put them in the fucking SEC.
Put them in there. Put them at that.
Watch they go 5-5 every year.
Yeah, I guarantee you that they won't be better than LSU.
And those 5 wins are going to be the non-conference.
Exactly. Yeah, I don't like Notre Dame that high. I'll be okay with like 8, but top 4 a bye, nah. I don't. That's not it. But now, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if you know more about the playoff bracket more than me, but there's the Power 5 is like locked.
Okay, I
right?
didn't hear a word you said. I was trying to put the headphones to the window to see if you could pick up the sound of the wind.
Nah.
Okay, what'd you say?
No, but so correct me if I'm wrong, but the playoff bracket, college playoff bracket, I think the winners of the Power 5 get a spot, right? Guaranteed.
I have no idea.
Even if they're not in the top 12, I think they get a spot. So that could kick a team out that's in the top 12. It could for example, the Mountain West, Boise State. But like the Big 12, right? There's no top 12 team in the Big 12. Mm-hmm. We'll see what happens between Arizona and Iowa. But I want to say they have.
I think the winner of that game gets in.
Yeah, even if they're not in the top 12, so that means one top 12 team gets the boot.
Indiana.
I wouldn't mind that. I don't want them making a TCU Cinderella run. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, SMU will do that.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
No, honestly though, just for the sake of making sure the SEC ain't just going to run the table, we need SMU to win the ACC.
Yeah. Because if not, you'll have.
And why are they ranked higher than Tennessee when they're playing for a conference? In Tennessee, why are they ranked higher than Tennessee and Ohio State? SMU should be at least as high as 6. Really? Okay, here's where the rankings should be at. Let me just go over this shit. It should be Oregon, Texas, Penn State, Georgia, SMU, Boise State. So what am I at? 6, 7?
6.
Boise State. Then you could put Ohio State, Tennessee, Indiana, Iowa State or Arizona State, pick one, and then Miami. So I'm knocking out Alabama, and I'm knocking out who else I knocked out? Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because I thought the whole idea of this shit was for if you play in your conference, you win your conference, you're the best teams. Why are we putting teams that's playing for the conference and not in the top 12? And why that's why I checked out. Like it's annoying that we still can't get it right because of just arrogance and refusal.
But yeah, that's enough about ranking talk. Let's move on to some awards. Let's move on to the Heisman.
Early pod prediction from early episode. It's gonna happen. Travis Hunter is gonna win it. I called it.
Yeah. I mean, he is a heavy favorite, like heavy favorite to win right now. Ashton Genty, awesome season, did an awesome job. It's just unfortunately you can't compete with the best 2A player in college right now. That's just that's just how it is. Probably ever, yeah. I would argue that isn't that too. He's I mean, I would say he's better than Charles Woodson. You know?
Yeah. The numbers don't lie.
No, but I mean, Ashton, Genty deserves his respect. 2,200 yards, 28 touchdowns, 7.3 per pop. That's crazy. You know, and he did it against some good teams too, not just only crappy teams. He ran like 250 against Oregon with 3 touchdowns. You know, he did his thing, but Travis, nah, man, he's got it. He's got it. Led his conference in catches and touchdowns. You know, and go along with 4 picks. But that's like end. That's like the discussion over. You're on mute, sir.
Mute. No, I'm not on mute. If I'm looking at it correctly, for 2024, we got 92 catches for 1152 and 14 touchdowns. Where's his defense? He doesn't even have his C-all. Give me his defensive stats. Defense, 2024. What do you got? He got 81 tackles, 58 solo.
81 tackles for a corner?
That's TOT, right?
Yeah, tackles.
Yeah, that would have to be. Yeah, solo tackles. Yeah, so because his solo is always a separate category. So yeah, 81 tackles, 58 solo ones, and passes defended 24, 9 picks, and 1 touchdown.
I'm seeing he has 32 tackles on the Pro Football Reference.
Well, those guys are wrong.
But yeah, no. 11 pass deflections also led his conference. So he led his conference in a stat in offense and defense. Now that's, you know, and it's a Power 5 conference. It's not like he's playing, you know, in a shitty conference. Well, he's not playing the best conference, but you know, to lead in both. That's crazy. That's
you know, he's not going to get the Heisman because he didn't do everything. He didn't record a sack.
Oh, what a bum. Get him out of there.
Dude, it's Buns, man.
Buns. Does it have a he has 1 TFL, I guess.
Scared. Get back there, man. Get back behind the line of scrimmage.
I mean, Deion's his coach. What do you expect? Did he was he a returner?
No? A returner?
No, right? I don't think so.
I don't see.
No, I don't think it
That's
is.
too much.
That is. Playing all 3 sides of the ball. Yeah, pass on that. But in other news, Kyle, something big happened. Now, I'm not going to call it big. It's not big.
They're just making it big.
It was probably the highlight of the USC season. Because they didn't do much this year.
I mean, I ain't putting no slight on them, but I mean, why not wait until like his NFL career is over before you retire his jersey?
Yeah, so people know we're talking about USC. Retired Caleb Williams' jersey already. He has not finished his rookie season yet. What's a Bears?
Did he even finish school there?
I don't know, dude. I don't even finish school, but like, I was going okay, you usually retire a jersey if they had their entire career there, won a Heisman, brought you a championship, stuff like that, right? So I'm looking at his accolades, you could say. Played 2 years at USC. Didn't do much in 2023. When every stat you could won every award you could as a quarterback in 2022. But don't get me wrong, but he really doesn't have any championships to go with that to his collegiate career.
No, and I looked it up just to make sure. Yeah, Matt. Now this is well deserving. I mean, they have Matt Leinart's jersey retired.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that's understandable.
Yeah, I hated him as a kid. Just got tired of USC winning so damn much. The only time I really, truly, really rooted for Texas in that game.
Oh, yeah, Vince Young, baby.
But, yeah, I don't know. All I'm saying is that maybe it's a little too early. That's just my take on it.
Agree. That's not, Now, I know one team or one university that might regret retiring a jersey. I'm going to throw out Johnny Manziel.
No, they don't regret that. He bought that school a lot of money and a lot of attention, and they beat Alabama. So they don't regret that.
Was he the first freshman to win the Heisman?
Probably, I think so.
I think Jameis did it after him. A few years after that, I think.
Was Jameis a freshman? Jameis didn't win a Heisman.
Jameis won a Heisman.
Did Jameis win?
Come on, man. Jameis won it.
I don't remember it.
And then Marcus Mariota won it like a year or two after him.
When did he? I don't even remember that shit. In 2013. Okay.
He was going crazy.
Yeah, I know they won the championship that year. I didn't know he won a Heisman too.
I think he was a freshman, dude. That year.
Freshman? No. Yes, he was. Yeah.
Oh, he was, right? Yeah, he was a freshman. Yeah. Come on, man. Stats.
All right, but you got something on me.
But but I think Johnny. I could be wrong, but I think Johnny was the first one that I remember that won the Heisman as a freshman. I think. But seeing Johnny football was crazy in college.
Yeah, he was.
I'm not going to talk about him as a person, but him.
Yeah, he's a dipshit.
That's a reel right there in its own. Gotta watermark that for sure. But no, sorry. To go back to talking about watching Johnny football and just him running around and doing all these things that no one else at the time was doing that, and like how he would get away from Alabama's defense and throw a touchdown, and it's like,
Saban was pissed when they lost. He was like, how do we lose to this fucker?
How do we lose to this 5'9" frat boy? But that happens. But that was enough football talk. I kind of want to segue before we get into our new segment. I want to segue into the last sport topic and just talk about MLB, what they're doing.
I hope they don't do it. They're fucking up the game. So
go ahead.
Just going into it, yeah, everyone should probably have heard by now that they want to implement this golden at bat or whatever, where you basically can use your best hitter in any situation, pull him out the lineup, and he can bat for whenever you need to. So, for us with the Astros, basically, if the bases are loaded in the bottom of the eighth, and let's say Martin Maldonado came to the plate, yeah, I'm pulling his ass for Jordan. But this is a bad precedent, and it's gonna really suck, because what's gonna happen is you're gonna see Shohei strike out and be like, nah, I'm gonna stay in the box, get another at bat, hit a home run, over.
That's what I'm saying. That's the crazy part. So this, I wrote to put a little more detail in it. At any time of the game, you get one golden at bat where you could take out that current hitter and put him with any other hitter, not a pinch hitter. It could be the same hitter within a lineup already, and that's what's crazy. And one of the examples was that it's bound to ninth hitters up. Like, oh, you know what? Put in Shohei. Oh man, Shohei struck out. Well, guess what? Back at the top of the order, Shohei leads off. He's back.
Oh, guess what? How about this? All right. What? You said bottom of the ninth. Shohei. Yeah. He strikes out.
Mm-hmm.
What if he comes in? So they use their goal. So they use their golden at bat. Oh no, you can't do that, because what I was thinking was, so he strikes out in his normal at bat, right? And then they say, I'm gonna use the golden rule or whatever. He stays in there, and then he strikes out again. He goes to sit down, and then what if they just pull him back as a pinch hitter? if they hadn't used the clip.
They could, I mean, tweak it.
I don't think that can happen.
Yeah, theoretically, but maybe like bending the rules a little bit, yeah. But like imagine you're a closer, you gotta face Shohei twice. You know, that's not. I don't like it. I even my wife before we do this, she likes to hear what we're gonna talk about it. So I was explaining to her the Golden at Bat rule. Now my wife is nowhere near the sports fanatic that I am, right? But even she said like that's stupid, right? So I was like, even your casual fan, your casual MLB watcher, is even saying like, what the hell is that? You know, or me and you, we're way more than the average watcher.
So what if you use that Golden at Bat and the batter that you want to use is like standing on second base? So do you just swap out for the guy that he's batting for, and then
I guess what you do, you pinch run for him, and then just put him back in the box. Like,
no, man. This is
like like imagine like hey Shohei, we need an RBI here where you have 2 outs. He hits a double. All right, you know what? Go back. Now we got someone second. Try again with someone on second. It's just I don't agree with it. I think it's a cool little arcade game little thing, but to bring it into the league, nah. And you know what they're gonna do? They always use the minors as their hamsters, their test subjects.
The minute we hear that it's happening in minor leagues, it's coming.
Yep. And that's what I'm worried about. I don't want that, man. Why are you gonna change that aspect before you get I mean, I don't agree with robo umps. I like the classic umpire. Of course, they're human. They gotta.
No. I'm not giving them that excuse. That's their fucking job, and they be missing these calls. And sometimes it be out of spite. We know it. They be
sometimes
yeah, they be trying to show it up. I ain't taking that as an excuse. I'm not against
the goat of umpiring retired this past season too. Angel Hernandez, my God.
He has some photos of someone at Diddy parties for sure, because he was not supposed to have a job for that long.
He was doing something.
It's funny whenever I hear when I could sometimes have the game on mute, like because in the past, definitely within the past 7 years, I've been in and out of school, so always watching the Astros while doing work, have the game on mute. If I turn around at the TV, just see what's going on. If I can see a bad call that goes the other way, I'm like, fucking Angel is behind the plate. 9 times out of 10, I'm correct.
Yeah.
Because he always had that motion, too, when with his ball and strike motion. Like, he had that double arm motion for when he called the strikes. That's how I know it's him.
Yeah. This is worse than their pitch clock.
I don't have a problem with the pitch clock. I have a problem.
Oh, really?
I have a problem with the time on the pitch clock. Like, I think
is it too short? Too fast?
Too short. Too short. They can't. Runners not on when no one is on base. It could be about 23 to 25 seconds.
Yeah, man. Let the pitcher scratch his nuts.
Yeah, keep it at around 20 seconds. When you got runners on base, you can put it to 25 to 30 seconds. But they got it like at 13, 15, whatever. Like, that's too fast.
I think it's 14, yeah.
Yeah, like, I think they're talking about lowering it if they hadn't already. I just think, fatigue-wise, injury-wise, it ain't good for their arms. Like, these guys are throwing hard instead of pitching. I mean, that's another topic we can talk about later. That you gotta let your arm rebuild that strength. Like, when you working out, like you don't just keep doing reps. Like, you do 10 to 13 reps and then you break. Especially if you're lifting heavy. Let your muscles relax, and then you do it again. Give yourself about 30 seconds, and then you go back at it again. But that's just my only thing with the pitch clock. Everything else, I'll kind of bitch about. Like, I hate the ghost runner. I'm glad they got they done with that whole 7-inning doubleheader, and they're just trying to bring all these casuals in. I mean, they see how much money the NFL is raking in off the Swifties, so they're trying to do it with that dude from Pittsburgh and his girl. That's what they try to do. Yeah. They trying to make them the MLB Swifties, and I was like, no, stop.
They're like, how can we get more attention but make the game shorter? You know.
I mean, in a way, like I said, it's okay to make sure that no one is just standing out there scratching their nuts. Like, let's get this game moving. Like, come on, we got other shit to do.
But man, come on, man. This is an afternoon game. I have dinner plans.
It's an afternoon game, man. We're supposed to pick our kids up, man. We lied that we lied being at work. We're supposed to be here. But
exactly.
That's that golden batter is just, it's going to be bullshit, and I really hope they don't do it, but they probably will. Knowing Man Clown, so he's going to. If you're an Ashens fan, you hate him already for scapegoating us, but all right, I'm not going to gaslight.
But yeah, no, that was good. Let's go ahead and move on to our next segment, or our
conversation driven.
Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about some pet peeves. Now, when I saw this, one non-sport pet peeve came to me immediately because I deal with it almost every single day of my life, and it's drivers not knowing how to merge on and off ramps on the freeway. On and off the freeway, that is what gets me. Because my commute, I have to take a freeway every day to and from. Right now, I could avoid the freeway and add another 15 minutes of traffic, but I'm not going to do that. Right. So, but people not knowing how to merge, they don't understand when you're exiting the ramp, there's a slower speed sign to tell you to slow down. And then when you're going from a 45 mile per hour to a 60 mile per hour road, you're supposed to speed up. I hate when I'm trying to get on the ramp and someone getting off is still going 65, 70, and I'm trying to get on the ramp and we're just parallel all the way to the almost damn on ramp. But they don't understand that slower speed sign means to slow down. Slower traffic, off-ramp traffic is supposed to slow down. On-ramp traffic is supposed to speed up. You know? And then plus, one thing, let's say that all that goes fine. Then the people in, the most right lane, the outside lane, they won't let you merge sometimes. You know? And that's because they're sometimes they're going ahead of slow. But that's something that I have to deal with every day on my commute. And there's always one car, and then they look at you with their hands up like if you're the idiot. Like, no, fool, look at the mirror. But that's my rant. That's my little IRL pet peeve, you can say.
Yeah, I was going to go that same route, and I just saw another goal. It's pretty on the breakaway. I'm just watching some random guy. But Isaiah, we got to talk hockey at some point.
We do. College football is coming to an end, so.
Yeah, it's already over for me. Let's see. Mines, going into mines. I can go with a number of things actually, but I'm gonna stay in line with you and your topic because it's a common theme. Like, I think we all got to deal with it. But up here, the weather has been getting kind of bad, and the roads are it's icy and snowy. Isaiah, in the past week, I think I've driven past 2, 3, 4, seeing at least 5 accidents live on these roads. And it's either cars skidding out the way because they losing control on their tires, and it's like, look, people, it's physics. when you're going over an overpass and it's snowing and icing and sleeting and it's 20 degrees outside, that bitch is gonna freeze. There's a such thing called black ice. Slow down.
And he's not talking about the car scent.
Like, I seen one car skidded out the way because either we're gonna leave it to we're gonna be objective about it. They either brakes could have locked up. I tend to think the worst in people, and I'm just gonna say that they wasn't paying attention. They were speeding and they couldn't slow down in time, and they had to avoid the car in front of them, and they took out the street sign on the median. That was one thing.
Sure.
The other day, saw 2 freaking accidents on the road that happened live. One on the interstate where up here for our listeners, hopefully in Minneapolis, around 494 near Mall of America, car totally went off into the guardrail because they did not see the lane stopped in front of them. And it was a clear sunny day. They just straight up wasn't paying attention. Cold, but still it was sunny. Saw another accident where it was a rear end where this person, I mean, the freeway is in motion. Like, it's flowing. There's no traffic. Why the hell is someone getting rear-ended and it sounded like a damn gunshot going off? Like, are you tailgating? That person brake check? Like, what the fuck is going on there? And then I went to Wisconsin this weekend to visit my people. I'm coming back on 94. And there was at first I seen the trooper just hauling ass on the freeway, and I'm thinking, oh shit, they done got somebody, and he's going there for the action. That's the second one that's about to pull up, because everyone is a gangster until that second cop pulls up. But no,
And you know that second one's excited too.
Oh, bro, they be driving the fastest. They trying to get there before the action pops off.
This is better than coffee.
Shit, this is better than sitting on my ass on taxpayer dollars. No, man. We get up there. I drive up, and the freeway comes to a complete shutdown. Like, added an whole extra hour to me coming in. 3-car accident. It's snowing and the wind's blowing, and it's already nighttime. I'm like, people, stop tailgating, stop speeding, put your phone down, eyes on the road, 2 hands on the wheel.
Yes.
It's not hard.
Nope.
It's like, y'all, it's snow and ice on the damn road. Oh, and then there was another accident soon when I got past that one, when I got into the city. Luckily, it wasn't on my side of the freeway, but I saw all the shit on the other side, and there was some fucking rubberneckers. And I'm like, y'all gonna end up causing another one, and this is exactly, we're gonna be right back to square one. Like, it's annoying how people cannot adjust to the weather. And these are, y'all live here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I done driven in so many different types of weather. I done driven in dust storms, hurricanes, blizzards, ice. Been driving for almost 20 years. Knock on wood. Ain't never been in an accident.
I'm not going to wood for you.
Yeah, knock on wood. Knock on wood. Because I drive with caution. And I try to, and I'm looking at other people. I'm looking at what y'all do. And I'm reacting to y'all. But, like, yeah, man, I'm with you, man. It's people, they don't know how to adjust. And it's crazy.
Agreed.
And that's my rant.
Agreed. Drivers suck, no matter where you go. You know, they might be worse in the areas than others, but there's always bad drivers. It makes you question how they got their license, or if they have a license. You know, that's a fair question too.
None worse than the state of Maryland.
Call out.
Yeah, I'm calling out a whole state, man. When I was living out there, anytime I saw a Maryland license plate, I got scared.
Damn, you just kept your distance, huh? You just drove slower or let them pass. You know, it's like Nissan Altimas. You know what I'm talking about.
A Nissan Altima with a Maryland license plate? Good Lord.
But yeah. But That's all, folks. I think this is a good place to end it. Got through the topics we wanted to talk today. New segment. Got a reel out of it too.
Lay off the tacos. I see the effects.
I know, dude. They're so good. Those food trucks. They're just too good.
Lay off the tacos and short ribs.
Thank you everyone for listening. We appreciate you. Don't forget to follow the Instagram. We post some funny stuff on our social media manager.
We want to thank
very
our
active
followers and our new followers.
Yeah, thank you all for following so much. If you saw us from the ad, or you saw us from the reel, or you saw us somehow somewhere else, but we appreciate you. But follow the IG. We're very active on there. We answer DMs, we answer comments. You know, get in touch with us. But appreciate y'all, and we'll talk to y'all next week. Later.